You know you are living above your means if your spending is more than 50 to 60% of your income. Majority of the people know how much they earn, but they do not know where their money goes. Hello friends, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to discuss 10 money habits that keep you poor. So stick around this video. You're going to learn the 10 money habits that make you poor. You're going to learn from them and use them to improve your finances so that you can achieve your financial goal, that goal that you wanted in the beginning of the year. You wanted to save a specific amount of money. Yes, today I'm going to discuss things that can participate or can make you not achieve your financial goals and also reduce your journey or make your journey shorter when it comes to financial freedom. The first money habit that can keep you poor is living beyond your means. And this is so obvious to so many people because people have normalized living above their means, and they have also normalized taking loans that they are not able to pay. So how do you know that you are living above your means? You know you are living above your means if your spending is more than 50 to 60% of your income. This means if your expenses or your day-to-day expenses are above 60%, it means that you are not able to save for your future, and also it means that you have high chance of running into debts, short-term debts. Maybe you just take a debt to buy a phone, or debts that service your luxurious life. So to make sure that you don't fall for this trap, it is important that you normalize keeping your expenses below 60% of your income, so you can use the 40% to save and to invest. The second money habit that can keep you poor is not budgeting or tracking your expenses. And this is obvious to so many people because majority of the people know how much they earn, but they do not know where their money goes. You get paid, and within 3 days or 5 days, you are running low on your money and you are wondering, what did I do with all this money? So to make sure that you don't keep on falling for this trap every now and then, budget your money. And if the budgeting is, you don't want to go into details, you can simply take a rule like 50-30-20 rule. So if you earn 10,000, you know 5,000 is going to cover all your expenses that are mandatory or essential expenses. Then 30% you can decide is what you're going to save or use it for non-essential expenses. Then for 20%, then you can save it and maybe divide it into two, where 10% goes to investments, stocks, shares, and 10% goes to your savings, which can be an emergency fund. Yeah, you can simply just know that in your mind. So every time you get paid, if it is 1,000, 500 goes straight to your essential expenses. If you get paid 10,000 or 50,000, 25,000 goes to your expenses. Knowing these figures will help you live below your means and save and minimize a lot of expenses that can come when you do not know how much you need to spend on what. The third habit is impulse buying. You need to learn that impulse buying can cost you a lot of financial freedom. And impulse buying, sometimes it may not even sound like your impulse buying. When you see all these big banners saying something is on sale, buy one and get one free, or maybe they have reduced the normal price with 300 shillings, and you are like, oh, I'm going to save that 300 shillings. But the truth is you are not saving 300 shillings. You are actually spending on that item. For instance, if a product is 1,500 and it is on sale and they're selling it at 1,200 and the banner is saying save 300 shillings to get this item, then you buy it thinking you have saved 300. The truth is you have not saved any money. You have actually spent 1,200 that you are not planning to spend. Just because something is on sale does not mean you buy it. But if something is on sale and you have been saving for it for a long time, maybe it's a television or washing machine, then you can buy it because it falls within your financial plans. The impulse buying is usually something you have just seen, it's on sale and you want to buy it, and that can have a negative impact on your finances. The fourth money habit that can affect you or can keep you poor is not saving. And this saving is specifically not saving for your emergencies. Everyone needs to have an emergency fund. The minute you start making an income or getting money, maybe it's in pocket money form or upkeep, anything, provided you are getting money in your life, you need to start saving for your emergency fund. And the best place to save for your emergency fund is to have an account that has high yielding interests, like a money market fund. Yeah. So when you want to save for your emergency fund, I will not advise you to keep that money in the bank because it's going to earn you very little or no interest. But when you utilize platforms like money market funds, you're going to get interest as time goes by, and you're going to use the compounding effect on your money because the interest is usually given every month and it compounds the following month. That means when you start with your 500 today, it's going to grow slowly and slowly. So it is not a get rich quick, and saving will not make you come out of your poverty unless you're going to use that savings now to invest. Maybe you have a target, you want to start a business or you want to buy certain shares, then you can use a money market fund also to save for that short-term goal. Once it reaches the amount that you wanted, then you can withdraw it and then go ahead and start that business. The fifth money habit is ignoring planning for your money, especially for retirement. So when you are young, you think you're going to have that energy that you have right now to work as much as you are working right now, but that's not true. When you reach your retirement age, you are not going to have the same kind of energy that you have right now. So the best thing to do is to save as much as you can when you are young. Have a retirement plan, maybe with a company or with your bank, or even your own savings account. Provided the savings mode that you use, make sure that you choose one that has interest that can compound over time. So for instance, if you are 30 years, you can commit yourself to save, let's say 10,000 every month. You put it aside, you say this one it's going to be for my retirement age. So when you retire, you're not going to stress your children, you keep on asking them for money. Also, you'll be able to afford life even when you are at your old age, and that will give you a lot of peace knowing that you have money that is coming from your retirement savings plan that you can use to run your daily lives, to buy good food, to go for medical checkup, and anything that you would love to do. Also to travel, because when you retire, you'll have a lot of time. That means you can travel the way you wanted and enjoy life even when you are old. The sixth money habit that can keep you poor is relying on one source of income. This could be one business, it could be one job, or it could be even someone doing consulting, or you have one client. So when you are relying on that one source of income, it means that in the event of anything, maybe if that contract is terminated or that job ends, it means you are going back to being poor. So it is important to have multiple sources of income, and you can always do this by having a main source. You can have two side hustles, and so that you can diversify the way your income is coming. So when one is affected, you have a backup plan, something that will continue give you new income as you figure out what next. The seventh point is not seeking financial advice. Majority of the people do not seek financial advice when it comes to investing, savings, and learning the money game. And this is something that we are not taught in school. We only learn outside here, maybe following YouTube channels that teach about financial management like this one. And there are so many on YouTube that explain how financial management can be done. It can also teach you on how to invest. It can teach you which budget method works best for you. And also it teaches you how to eradicate debts or how to pay for debts according to the plan that you have. Therefore, it is important to take some time every day or every week to listen to financial advice or buy books that are teaching you about finances so that you can learn and not make mistakes with your finances. The eighth point is failing to plan for major expenses. For instance, when you buy a home or a house and you entirely use all your money to buy the house, and let's say your bank account is now reading zero or something less than 1,000 shillings, and then something in that house happens, maybe the shower stop working or the water start leaking or just a damage that can really cost you a lot of money and you did not plan for it. That means you are going to take a loan to take care of that repair, and this should not be the case. Once you decide to purchase something, you should also think about budgeting how to run that item. And this could be, like I've given an example of a home. Another example could be a car. You could buy a car and maybe it's a car that you cannot afford to repair, and once something happens to it, you just have to park that car until when you gather enough money to pay for that thing, or you get into debt so that you can take care of that emergency. So anytime you buy a big item that needs maintenance, it is important to put in mind the maintenance cost for that item. And it could be anything. I've just given you an example of a car or a home. Also, when you buy land, you need to think about how you're going to fence that land so that it is protected from intruders. So anytime you are budgeting for that expense, make sure you budget also the maintenance cost so that they don't catch you by surprises. The ninth habit that can keep you poor is keeping up with the Joneses. And what does this mean? It means that you want to keep up your lifestyle with others. You see someone has bought the latest iPhone, you also want to buy. And you don't know the person, maybe they had saved for a long time to buy that phone, or their income allows them to change their phone often. But as for you, you do not have that money to keep on changing the phone often. But since you want to keep up with the Joneses, you end up taking a loan or a debt to buy that phone, or you forfeit paying certain essential bills so that you can buy that phone. And this one will keep you in that loop of always buying new things to keep up with others or to please other people when you cannot even afford them. If you can afford them, then it's good. But when you cannot afford them, then you need to think about it and buy things that are within your budget. And when you want an expensive lifestyle, it's important to increase your income so that when you want to buy those expensive things, you will be able to buy them comfortably without compromising your financial freedom. The last point is ignoring financial goals. Everyone needs to have a financial goal, and it could be small or large. You could say this year, I want to save 120,000. So once you have come up with that figure that you want to save, let's say it's 120,000, then you divide it by 12 months. Then you realize that you need to save 10,000 every month so that you can reach your 120,000 goal at the end of the year. And this is how you're going to achieve these goals. It is different from saying, I want to save 120,000 at the end of the year, but you don't break it down into small milestones. The end of the year will come. For instance, we are already past halfway the year, and if you had not broken down that financial goal that you wanted, maybe you said 120, it will reach December and you'll have saved nothing, or maybe a small amount of money that it's even less than 10% of what you wanted. So anytime you want to reach a financial goal, divide it by the number of months and know how much you need to contribute to that goal. If you want to raise 2 million in, let's say, in 20 years, maybe when you retire, you want to have 2 million in your savings account, then work backwards. Look at where your age is right now. If you are 30 and the retirement age is 25, that means you have 35 years. So you take that 35, you divide by the 2 million, and then now you divide it by 12 months so that you can know how much you need to contribute every month towards your retirement fund, and you'll be able to achieve it. Developing good money habits is crucial in our daily lives. It will help us achieve those financial freedom that we want. It will help us stay away from debt, and it will help us to live within our means. Thank you so much for watching this video.